Today is the 5th of June 2023. So guys, Professor Jonathan Moyo, Zimbabwe's former information minister, has advised former Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Thokhozani Khupe not to contest against Finance Minister Professor Mthuli Ncube for the COWDRAY Park Parliamentary Constituency seat in Bulàwayo during the August 2023 general election. Moyo argued that Ncube is the best possible candidate for COWDRAY Park and the region. He argued that if the elections are about deploying the most able and best positioned candidate with a self-evident capacity to get things done for the community, Ncube deserves the support of everyone in COWDRAY Park and the region, including and particularly from Dr. Khupe. Moyo acknowledged that his statement was not an indictment of Dr. Khupe, but an acknowledgement of the objective reality on the ground. The park and the region. He argued that Khupe has not been able to do anything differently or better for the constituency or the region since she went in 2020. On the other hand, Moyo claimed that Ncube has everything to offer from which the community and the region have a lot to benefit. He said, all things considered and without taking anything from or casting any aspirations on her, Dr. Khupe, who indeed is very much adored in the region, will be well advised not to take a dive into this one. This is because Professor Mthuli Ncube is the best possible candidate for COWDRAY Park and the region. If truth be told, and if elections are about having communities deploy their most able and best positioned or place sons or daughters with self-evident capacity to get things done for the community, then it is manifestly clear that Professor Ncube deserves the support from everyone, not only in COWDRAY Park but also across the region, including and particularly from Dr. Khupe. It is not an indictment of Dr. Khupe, but an acknowledgement of the objective reality on the ground in COWDRAY Park and the region, that there is really hardly much that she would be able to do differently or better now for either the constituency or the region, which she had not been able to do since 2000 when she first went to Parliament. If Dr. Khupe returned to Parliament in August 2023, she would merely add to the dwindling minority numbers of the opposition benches. That would perhaps mean something to her personally, as it has meant since 2000, but it will not mean anything to or for COWDRAY Park, let alone the region. On the other hand, Professor Ncube has nothing much, if anything, to gain personally, but he has everything to offer from which the community and the region will have a lot to benefit. This is an objective fact. It's praxis, and that's what real politics is all about. The community using development and regular high-level attention as might be necessary from time to time over the next 5 years. But of course, Dr. Khupe has a constitutional right to stand for the parliamentary election in COWDRAY Park or anywhere else for that matter. However, if she stands in COWDRAY Park, she should not be surprised to see many who have supported her in her trials and tribulations in the past and who have tremendous respect for her do the right thing to support Professor Ncube this time around. This is because in this case and on this occasion, support for Professor Ncube is support for everyone in COWDRAY Park, the region and the nation, given the that the best national politics is local. Mthuli Ncube has been confirmed as the NPF candidate for COWDRAY Park constituency. He emerged as the uncontested candidate in the party primaries. Thokhozani Khupe will be representing the opposition Citizens Coalition for Change CCC, led by Nelson Chamisa. But the balance in Zimbabwe feels it has been neglected by the government in terms of development and infrastructure projects, resulting in poor living conditions for its residents. The region has inadequate road networks, limited access to clean water, poor health facilities, unreliable electricity supply, and inadequate schools. The region's history of political tensions with the ruling party and being predominantly inhabited by the Ndebele ethnic group may have contributed to its neglect. Efforts by civil society organizations and community leaders to address this issue have been made, but the situation remains a challenge for many residents. According to Moyo's reasoning, a person of Mthuli Ncube's status as Minister of Finance may have a better chance of changing the trajectory of development in Matabeleland compared to a mere member of parliament if Thokhozani Khupe were to win. So guys, that's the latest here. And so it's up for discussions in the comment section. In the comment section, guys. Inyaya Professor Jonathan Moyo is saying that Professor Mthuli Ncube is the right candidate for COWDRAY Park, comparing to Thokhozani Khupe. This is the daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. I do get where Professor Jonathan Moyo is coming from. Yes, I don't know if Professor Ncube is that popular in COWDRAY Park comparing to Thokhozani Khupe. And I remember the CCC aizatayabulitsa candidates awo awachange vachiisa munzvimbo dzakasiyana siyana. There's still a process which they are still doing at the moment, so we have to wait maybe next week or next week part 1, but it will be this June whereby they will review some of the candidates vachange vachimirira nzvimbo dzakasiyana siyana. But tofungidzira kunzi amai Khupe ndo vachange vachikwikwidzana na Professor Mthuli Ncube ku COWDRAY Park. And so daily news, breaking news, everyday news. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. It's going to be a very contested election this year, especially in Matabeleland, because NPF will be trying by all means to win as many seats as possible. At the same time, CCC will try by all means to retain some of the seats in that region. And so, daily news, breaking news, everyday news. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Remember to turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our new uploads that we do upload here. Bless up.